Good morning and welcome to DCT, Deep Coherence Technique, where we are in the middle of a 28-day challenge. Now, if you're just joining, don't worry, you're going to get something from the information I'm going to share. And the technique that we use later afterwards is going to be very useful to you. So today is day 11. Just want to welcome our other audiences. Facebook is loading. Welcome to Facebook. Welcome to LinkedIn. And welcome here to YouTube. All right. Day 11. So we're in the second part of the 28 days. So the 28 days is divided into 3 sets of 9 days. So we're at day 11, the beginning of the second cycle of 9 days. And we're concentrating on something called integrate or release. So over the next 8 days, we will be focusing on integration or releasing one habit. Now, this is the first time I'm saying this because before I've read out a huge list. And that list is purposeful. They're just ideas. They're starting places. But in the last couple of days, something has come up for me. It's one thing that has been top of the pile, flagging like crazy, saying, you might want to look over here. You might want to start here. And that one thing might not be on the list that we shared. It really doesn't matter. But before I get into that, I want to focus on the word integrate. So the word integrate comes from the Latin integer, which means to make whole, to make whole. So when we run our life as a series of unconscious habits, we're not whole. And what does that look like? What does that feel like? Well, it can be a life of contradictions, of not being consistent. We can feel pulled around. We can feel swayed by other people's opinions, by trends, by world events. And inside, we can feel confused as to who we truly are and what we stand for. And to others, we may come across as inauthentic. But we're not alone in that kind of experience because here's a key statistics that I wanted to share from the American Journal of Psychology. Studies show that 95% of our behaviors occur on autopilot because of ingrained habits, most of which come from our childhoods and early developmental years. So, how we were raised, where we were raised, the environment we were raised in, the culture, perhaps the religion, who we hung out with, the education system that we went through, and what we were exposed to. All of those things had an impact on you in the early years of your life, and most of us play that forward unconsciously through the rest of our lives. So doing something like the 28-day challenge is just a call to action in the moment, in the now moment. And it's not heavy lifting. So all we ask you to do is to choose one thing, something that has come up for you recently that you've gone, all right, I might need to look at that a little bit or give that some thought. And we say to you, sit for the following 8 days and just really mindfully go up and over what that thing is. And I want to share something with you actually that came up because somebody said to me, well, what would be a good example? A good example would be, for example, you're all at work, you're all talking about health and the environment. And let's just say that you could walk to work. You could walk to work, right? I don't mean you personally. I mean, it's a generic you, all of us. Um, And the key principle behind you walking to work, well, there are two. The first one is you want to be healthier, right? You want to get a little bit of you want to get your steps in. So you care about your health. That's important to you. And you also care about the environment. You don't want to have to keep getting the car out, going to find a parking place, using all that gas, impacting the environment, right? But maybe most days, let's just say we're so disorganized. We get up late, we don't want to get out of bed, we do some doom scrolling, we get distracted, we stare in the mirror, stare out the window, pat the dog. By the time we get out, we're going to either be late for work or get in that car, right? So there's a conflict. There's something not, there's something incongruent with what we really want to do and what we actually do. So we can't walk to work because we're going to be late for work and we don't want to be late for work. But that creates a conflict in us, right? So what we do is we switch off. We don't think about it. It becomes unconscious. So it just becomes an unconscious habit that you get up late, you run around, and then you get in the car. But then later on, maybe, or there'll be a time when somebody mentions about all these things and you're nodding your head because you agree that you'd like to be, health is important, the environment's important, but you know deep inside that you're not doing what you say that you agree with. So what we're doing here is we're value tagging a principle, something that is important to you. And what we're going to be doing is integrating it, right? We're going to become whole. We're going to take all the moving parts and we're going to figure out, because we're smart, we're going to figure out how we can get that integration, that sense of wholeness, so that the idea of walking to work just becomes who we are. We don't even think about it. And so then when we say that we care about our health, when we say that we care about the environment, it's going to ring true. It's going to feel authentic to you, to me, to us, right? That's just an example. There are many examples like that where what we say is not what we do. And that conflict comes about because of unconscious habits. And that's what we're here to fix. That's what we're here to look at. We want to become whole. We want to become coherent because there's a huge payload when you become whole and you become coherent. But I'm not going to get into that right now. Right now, let's just think of one thing that has popped up over the last 10 days that you've thought, all right, you know what? I'm going to start seriously thinking about that and see what solutions I can come up with. So, just a little note here, don't overanalyze, don't agonize, don't obsess. This is a gentle process that we're doing. We're going to be repeating it. So just keep going. All right? Just bringing your awareness and consciousness to this is the name of the game. Now, there's something that we do every day that's going to help you in that endeavor. And the fact that you're staying around to do this is huge. And that thing is mindfulness. That thing is the DCT meditation that we practice together as a community. It's a wonderful way to get coherence and to come into a mindful, present state of being. So, DCT, the technique that we do, is a 5-step grounding activation. And if you're new here, just follow my cues. We start with step number 1. It's a really important step. Step number 1 is we place our feet on the ground and we bring our full attention and awareness just to the soles of our feet. So we literally become the consciousness of the soles of our feet, noticing the texture, noticing the skin, the feelings, the beingness that resides in the soles of your feet. So hold that feeling, hold that awareness, and now drop your attention down through the soles of your feet and become aware of the ground beneath your feet. Become aware of the ground beneath your feet. Notice what you notice. And notice the difference between the soles of your feet and the ground beneath your feet. And now close the gap between the soles of your feet and the ground beneath your feet so that they become one. One consciousness. And now drop your awareness through the ground. And as you do so, your consciousness emerges under the ground as a huge root system, like the roots of an enormous oak tree. That's your consciousness. Now push that down through the roots, down through the layers of the earth herself. So go down, 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 until you reach the center of the earth. And at the center of the earth is a beautiful core. It's black. It's solid. And your roots are connected to it. So push your consciousness through the roots embedded in the earth's core, and then inhabit the earth's core with your consciousness. Now, the earth's core is black. It is warm. It is safe. It is familiar. And it is from the earth's core that you are connected to every living thing on this planet. Now bring that consciousness of the earth's core and bring it up, draw it up like a golden amber sap through every root system, up through the layers of the earth, up, 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 until you reach the ground beneath your feet that are in fact one with your feet. Now feel the resonance, the frequency, the vibration of the earth's core, of that connection, that groundedness. Feel that seeping up now, filling your feet and whirling, gushing, surging upwards in and through every part of your body. And the more you do this, the quicker it gets. But I'm going to count from 10 to 1. And when I get to 1, this feeling of groundedness to the earth is going to fill and vibrate all over your body. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel the frequency, vibration from the earth herself vibrating all over your body as you are plugged in and grounded to the earth. Just feel that. Step number 1, you are grounded. Step number 2, we're going to activate the light body using pranayama breath work and drawing in prana life force. This is what keeps you alive, animates you, and is literally the breath of life. So we're going to take 5 deep breaths. We're going to fill our lungs with an illuminating, brilliant white light. We're going to fill our body with that light. We're going to activate it. We're going to breathe through our nose. We're going to count 4, and we're going to exhale more slowly to the count of 8, or what is comfortable for you. Remember, on the out breath, releasing anything that you no longer wish to have in your body. It's very cleansing. So 5 deep breaths. Just keep running your breath. Don't obsess about it. Make it natural, but just remember to breathe through the nose and out through the mouth. Allowing that prana life force to fully flush out and invigorate your body. Step number 2, light body activated. Step number 3, we're going to take our hands, fingers or antennae. We're going to move all the way around, arm's length around our body, and we're going to prime our electromagnetic field. Your field runs all the way around. It is intelligent. It is sentient. It is from here you signal from. And it is from here that you receive from your environment. Now, I'm moving like this. You move how you want. Your hands are the guide. Your hands know where to go. And we say to you, notice what you're feeling. This is not a thinking step. Now, in time and with practice, you can simply put your hands up like this, and you can rotate your hands like a satellite dish. You can scan your electromagnetic field, and if you pick anything up, you can move in that direction. And then you notice what you notice. And you do what you do. This is an intuitive step. You command your space, remember that. This is your space. It is not community space. This belongs to you. Step number 3, electromagnetic field primed. Primed for step 4. What comes next? Put your hands in front of your heart. Really press in. Gently open your hands. Close your eyes. Imagine that you've entered an enormous room, chamber, or space. It can be different for everybody. For me, this feels like a holy chamber. But what do you notice? Experience this for yourself. Enter the heart, and what do you find? Where are you? What do you see? What do you feel? Now for me, in this chamber there is a light. It fills the chamber, illuminates it. But as I enter the middle of the chamber, the light becomes an orb, a brilliant, brilliant white orb, glowing. It moves towards me. I move towards it. We become one. And as we become one, the light becomes a rising sun. Getting bigger, getting brighter, casting its rays in all directions, out through the front of the heart, out through the sides of my body, and out through the back. Brilliant rays of light. And we call this the powered I am that I am. This is the unlimited you, the brilliant you. This is the space of genius. So see that light beaming out in all directions. It's not just a light, it is a power. And we call it power, for it comes from the source, from the Great One. of which we are a part. So run source energy through your field now. Feel the magnificence of the unpowered you. There's no doubts here. There's no incoherence here. There's no programs running here. You're pure. You are Om. Radiate that out all day long. For now, just bring your hands back in, noticing the pressure, the power that you have generated. It's tangible. Feel that between your hands. That's just a part of it, a fraction. Put your hands together. We're going to go to step number 5, which is connect to the group. Use the group vortex energy. This is power of 8, connecting to all of those meditating with us today. So bring down the portal. I like to use the third eye, pineal gland. Connect to the group. Feel the difference before and after you've connected. Wait until you're fully connected. And when you feel that vortex energy in the enlightened mind, which has to give permission, so just wait. Feel it building up. Now run that down into the heart, which is a centrifugal, centripetal device, technology, portal. And now the heart waveforms out. Words sometimes fail to describe what this feels like. It's so sublime. It is such an exquisite piece, and we call it deep coherence. So waveform that out in your field, as a community, as a group. See it as a ripple on a lake, rippling out, 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 informing not just our electromagnetic field, but continuing to wave in all directions, impacting the quantum field and all around us, signaling that we exist as the I am and that we live purposefully. Feel the power of who you are. And now we seal the deal. And repeat after me. And so it is. For I command my day, and I bless my space, and I bless everyone around me, and I bless this world today. And we say to you, notice what you notice in the quantum field today, when the epiphanies, miracles, opportunities, relationships, spontaneously erupt. Know that they didn't come out of just nowhere. Know that they began here with you, in this moment. This is the power of DCT, and it's yours. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow. And I must tell you, it's very hard to leave you. Very hard. Have a beautiful day.